Today, I'm gonna teach you how to shadow box and how to shadow kickbox. I don't even know if that's a real thing, but I'm gonna show you what I do. Yo, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a hot minute since the last video, but I'm back and I have a brand new challenge for you guys. So for this challenge, it's going to be a 7-day shadow boxing, shadow kickboxing series. But I figured in order to make sure you make the most out of these workouts, I'm gonna do a tutorial for you today. So this way, you know the secret language, you know why I do what I do, and you know exactly how to keep up with all the videos and honestly make the most out of them, because I have a feeling you may be finding the videos by chance and you try it out and it's a fun workout. But if you knew the tutorial, you knew how to throw the punches, and you knew the secret language and the audio code, I feel like it's going to be that much more funner, that much more efficient. And I'm gonna show you a few tips and tricks to make the most out of every single video, because sometimes the punches, the combos and everything, it can get complicated. But if you know how to do these things, it's gonna elevate your workout that much more. So if you enjoy fitness content like this and you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, hit notifications and turn that on and smash that like button for me. Let's jump into this tutorial for the 7-day series. So step 1, tools. What tools do you need to make the most out of shadow boxing, shadow kickboxing? Honestly, you just need yourself. That's it. If that's all you got, perfect, you can do these videos. But if you want to have a more comfortable and more exciting experience, I recommend you have a mat for comfort, and here are the 2 tools of the trade. First tool, and personally my favorite, egg weights. You can honestly use anything else that's a smaller weight, smaller dumbbell per se, but these things, if you look at how they fit into my hand, it just fits perfectly and I can still make a fist and it just feels right. Like the thing is, if you use small dumbbells, the edge of the dumbbell kind of hangs off like that, and when you're throwing punches, it's not that comfortable. So I highly recommend this, and I've left a link in the description below to all the tools that you're gonna need for workouts like this and the future ones. Now, if this is not an option or you just don't like how this feels, the second tool you can use is resistance bands. When it comes to bands, I recommend this plain looking one right here. Like basically it does not have any handles. It's just a single loop. And honestly, this thing will get the job done. I'm gonna show you how to put this on in a second. But those are the 3 tools I recommend you have for this shadow boxing, shadow kickboxing series. A mat, a pair of small weights, I recommend egg weights, and or a pair of resistance bands. Hey, if you haven't yet, smash that like button for me and let's move on with this tutorial. So before I jump into the actual shadow boxing part, I wanted to talk about how to actually use these videos, because how you use them is probably more important and more effective than the actual code themselves. There's 2 ways to do this. One, if it's your first time, I recommend just following along and looking at the image, at what I'm doing and how I'm doing everything, because that's going to allow you to see how all the shots are done. And technically that's kind of common sense. But 2, if you understand the code, the language, like if I say 1, 2, 3, 2, and in your head, you already know the language, you know how that looks like, you don't have to watch me anymore. I would honestly let go of the video and just start listening for audio cues. It really helps to have a pair of headphones in and just listen to the audio cues, because then you don't have to look at an image to visually keep up with what I'm doing. You can just hear me and I'll call everything out. 5656. You'll know the secret code, you'll know what to do, versus if you hear that and you have to look over at your phone, there's a slight disconnect and a slight delay, and I think that takes away from the experience. So once you know the movement, once you know the secret language and everything, let go of the video and follow along with the audio cues. If you do that, I promise you're gonna have way better of a workout, especially if you already do the workouts and you think they're great, but you're still following along with the video. if you listen to the audio cues. It is a game changer. That's how I wanted to design these videos, and that's why I'm always yelling into the mic. That's why I got this little thing right here, so you can clearly hear me as I go, like 1 2 1 2 5 6 5 6, elevator, sprawl, whatever, right? And now the second tip I want to give you guys for this series is, if you were fortunate enough to have access to a punching bag and a pair of gloves, you can still use this video, but use it for that experience. Basically, let go of the video, listen for the audio cues, strap up your gloves, and let it rip at the bag. So if I say 1 2 3 2 and you got that bag in front of you, just punch it. 1 2 3 2. Just let it rip. It's a whole new workout. Personally, what I like to do is, in between boxing and shadow boxing itself, I like to mix up the days. Like some days I'm punching the bag, other days I'm punching the air. And that's because as I'm getting older, when you strain your joints so many times and you just punch through that bag, your shoulder starts getting a little bit tweaked, your wrist starts getting like a little bit inflamed, and sometimes it's just hard to do it. So having the options, being able to switch between actual boxing and shadow boxing is an amazing experience. So again, for you guys, if you have that as an option, let go of the video, listen to the audio cues. Audio cues, audio cues, audio cues. So powerful. All right, so with that being said, let's jump into the meat of this video and shadow box. Let's learn how to do all that. All right, so meet me here in your mat, or just go out into an open space. The first thing I'm gonna show you guys is how to use your tools. So if you have small weights or egg weights, it's pretty simple. With egg weights, I like to just put my middle finger through the loop right here and clasp it, make a solid fist. That's it. Take my stance and boom, I'm ready to go. Pretty simple right there. Make sure you're mindful. If you have small dumbbells, watch out for those little things that kind of stick out to the side, because if you throw a hook and you have a heavier weight and it's bigger, this could happen. That little thing could come in and just clip your jaw and you're gonna knock yourself out. So watch out for that. That's why I do recommend egg weights. Dude, these things just feel that much better. But now for my resistance band users, if you guys are rocking that, from here with your resistance band, in this loop, what I like to do is I'll twist it once. So now if you can see this, there is an X in the middle like that. And then from here, I'm gonna throw it behind my back like so, and then tuck it underneath my armpit like this. And with my hands, I clasp it out like that. So it's hooked on my thumb. Now you can change this depending on your preference and whatever feels comfortable. I know in some cases, some people may have skin conditions like eczema, and if it rubs like in this web right here, it's no bueno for them. So sometimes I've seen people like hook it between their 2 fingers like this. And honestly, it's just preference. It comes down to what feels comfortable for you. But once you have it looped like this, if you're using a resistance band right now, try this with me. Feel free to throw a punch, like literally just take your stance and just feel what it feels like to extend and throw that. And that will dictate for you if this is comfortable for you or not. But from here, you should be able to go punch straight like that. You should be able to throw uppercuts like this and hooks like that. And you should feel tension across the resistance band as you move. And so yeah, that's basically it. That's how you use the tools and your mat. You kind of just stand on that. And yeah, all right, let's jump into actual shadow boxing. All right, if you haven't already yet, smash that like button for me, subscribe and turn notifications on so you're always in the loop. But here we go. Here's how to shadow box. So step 1, we need the foundation. We need our footwork. And the easiest way to explain this to you is, regardless of whether you're right or left-handed, if I throw a ball at you, what leg do you kick with? So for me, that's going to be my right leg. Like if a ball comes at me, I want to whoop like that. So with that being said, I'm going to step my right leg out forward first, because I know sometimes some people are right-handed, but then they go in the opposite stance. So with this being said, it's whatever is comfortable for you. So use that, picture what that feels like. Ball comes at you, what leg comes out? That's the leg that's gonna be in front. At least that's how I was taught. I'm gonna give that to you guys. Of course, you can switch your stance wherever. So from here, I've got my right leg out front, my left leg is back, and this is called a Southpaw Stance. This is a left-handed stance. And The cool thing about how I'm teaching you this is no matter what stance you take, even if you see L and R, it's not left and right, it's lead and rear. So no matter what we're doing, no matter what punches, what combos, it's always lead and rear. So even if I'm in this left-handed stance, this is my lead, this is my rear. If I'm in a right-handed stance, this is my lead, and that back leg is my rear. Doesn't matter here, so we never get lost. So from here, once you figure out your stance, in a traditional boxing stance, you're kind of a little bit more sideways like this, and that's to minimize the surface area point of contact. But for us, we're going to invest into a more traditional kickboxing stance, and reason being, we want to be able to pick our leg up. So let me show you why. From the stance, if you're in like a boxing stance per se, if a kick comes at you from this side, look, you can't block that. Versus if you're here and a kick comes at you from the side, you can easily lift this leg to check kicks from that side, bring that leg up, easy, block, whatever you want to do. But also at the same time, you can now pick up your legs and actually throw kicks as well. So this stance is a lot more squared. Our chest is open, it's forward like that. And then from here, what you're gonna do with your hands is bring them in, fists protecting your chin, elbows tucked in, protecting your side. This is a standard stance. This is the thing that we're always gonna wanna come back to. Now, one thing to keep in mind is, even though we're approaching a real fight stance, if you wanna actually fight, this is not for that. This is to help you build up cardio and find an alternative to like the boring treadmill stuff. If you want to get really good at this, I highly recommend, if the situation allows it, you find your local kickboxing, Muay Thai gym, MMA gym, whatever you want to get into, and get someone to instruct you from there, because it does get really, really fun. But from here, you've got your stance, feet is basically squared, you're squared up to the front, hips neutral to the front, fists protecting your chin, chin tucked, elbows protecting your side. This is your stance. Now, if you're here with me, do some steps. From here, we're going to step to my right. So I'm gonna lift my right foot up, step, left foot follows, step. Again, right foot, left foot. Now, if I wanna go to the left, whatever direction you go, whichever foot is already in that direction, leading in that direction, that foot moves first. So in this case, left, right, left, right. If I wanna go forward, which foot is out front first? It's the lead foot. So the lead foot moves and then the rear foot follows. Lead, rear. If I want to go back, it's the rear foot, lead foot, rear foot, lead foot. And we move like this. Imagine there's a pole in between your legs. You basically don't want your legs to cross, and reason being is so this way you never get tangled, and if you want to throw a kick, you're able to do that. Of course, when you get more advanced and you start throwing fun combos, you will be doing some of these crosses. But for right now, to help you build that foundation, don't let your legs cross. So let's do this really fast. To the right, 2 steps. Right, right, to the left, 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 forward, 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 and back, back, back. So now you have your stance and you've got some footwork in. Let's break down this secret language. So the first punch with your lead hand, where is that? Figure that out. In this case, it's the hand in front. So see how when you're in the stance, there's one hand in the back and one hand that's just kind of naturally sitting out forward. That's your lead hand. If you're right-handed, let me show you that. Switching here. This is my lead hand now. Left-handed, this is my lead hand. In the left hand stance, my right hand is my lead hand. From here, you're just gonna simply rotate your hips, hand leaves your chin, shoulder comes up to protect your chin, and hand punches out. That's a 1. It's a jab. We're gonna call it a 1. And reason being is, if I start calling punches like jab, 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 cross, 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 uppercut, up, it's just way too hard to say. But if I say 1, 1, 1, 5, 6, 5, 6, it's so easy to just 1, 1, 1, 5, 6, 5, 6. You just pick it up and you follow along. So from here, 1, make sure you rotate that hip and then bring it back. When you throw this punch out, this is half of the range of motion. When you bring it back, that is the full range of motion. It's hit and not get hit. So hit and not get hit. 1, boom. Again, 1, boom, just like that. That's our jab. The next shot you're gonna learn is the cross. So with this backhand now, Where's your rear hand? Find that. From here, it's going to be a 2. You're gonna rotate your hip. This left hip of mine, rear hip, is going to pivot forward, and then this hand flies, boom. When that fist leaves my chin, the shoulder comes up to protect it like that. That's a 2. Do it with me, 2. Nice. Another thing to note, every time you punch, you want to exhale. Reason being is you don't want to get caught up trying to find your breath in the middle of a crazy combo. So if I say 2, 2, just like that. Exhale. Nice. So now let's try stringing the first 2 punches together. 1, 2. 1, 2. From the front so you see it. 1, 2. Notice how my hip moves every time I do it. Everything's with the hip. If you want to practice that, bring your hands behind your back just like that. And from here, 1, 2. 1, 2. All on the hips. But notice how, because my hands are behind my back, in order to actually exaggerate and make sure I punch, I throw my hip out. Boom. 1, 2. All the power is from here. If you don't use this, these jabs, these crosses, the 1-2s, it's gonna feel light. So make sure hip, hip, and for the workout, that's where the magic comes from. When you use these bigger muscles, your legs consume way more calories than your chest and your tricep. Like, look how much bigger my quad is in comparison to my chest. Like, of course it's gonna use more calories, so use it. Get the hip, get the leg action in there. Next punch we have is going to be our hook. From here in your fight stance, you're going to pivot that hip forward. Chin gets protected by the shoulder. Fist leaves the chin and it comes out here. Boom. The hook is probably the trickiest shot to learn and to teach. So again, I'm gonna show you from the front. From here, I'm going to open up my side. This fist leaves my chin and then the shoulder comes up to protect the chin. Boom, on the hip. Boom, just like that. From the side again, 3. Boom, we're calling it a 3. Boom. It's not what you see in the movies where you do this Hollywood swing like that. It's not this big thing. You're trying to throw this shot out real quick, protect your chin, and come back in. Boom. Boom. Try that. 3. Boom. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. Again, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Got it? 3, 3, 3. 3, 3, 3. Woo! Okay. So now the next shot is going to be a rear hook. Basically, it's that rear hand in the back. It's gonna hook now. Same concept. Hip moves forward, fist leaves chin. Boom! Shot. This is gonna be called your 4. So from here again, 4. Boom. From the front, 4. Boom. 4. Boom. 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. 1, 4, 3, 2. 1, 4, 3, 2. See, it's starting to get fun. Combo's starting to get mixed up. We're gonna have a lot of fun once you know all of the shots. The next punch, lead uppercut. So the hand that's in front right here, it's going to lead the face. And now, important thing to note, it's not the Hollywood uppercut like that. From here, what gives you the range of motion, this is the actual motion that my hand is moving. That's it. This is the uppercut. But what gives it that big range of motion is I squat first. I put all the power in my leg and I, boom, come up. Boom. Everything is from the leg. So you don't have to have this big shoulder swing. In fact, your shoulder cannot create as much power as your legs from that squat. So make sure you sit into it, pivot your hip, load it, boom. That's your 5. So do it with me. 5, boom, protecting your face. 5, boom, from the front. 5, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, just like that. Your next shot, your rear uppercut. So here's that lead uppercut, rear is that backhand. From here, same thing, pivot down, hip comes in, load the shot, and then we, boom, release. That's your 6, rear uppercut. 6, boom, from the front. 6, boom, 6, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Step right. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Step left. Combo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Step forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Step back. Combo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Woo! So see how like once you know these numbers, the secret language, it's easy to just bam, bam, bam. And you don't need the video no more. Just hear my voice. 5, 6, 5, 6. Bam, 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 bam. You just know what shots to do. Okay, so we've touched base on the punches. The next thing to talk about is the kicks. So when you do kickboxing in general, the important concept, actually even for punches too, you want to be thinking about going through the target. And before we get into kicks, I'm gonna actually show you how to do knees. So the knee is pretty simple. From the side, to do a lead knee in your fight stance, you pick up that lead foot from here, tuck this knee in, imagine it becoming a spear, and from here, using your hips, you push forward like that. That's the knee. So if you just come up here like this, that's an ab exercise, maybe some hip flexor action. But if you come up and you push with your hips, that's the motion we want. That's the knee. That's the thing that's gonna put the hurt in. So here, lead knee, boom. That's the workout. That's what we're going for. Lead knee, boom. 1 lead knee, lead knee, 2 lead knee, 2 lead knee. See, now we're starting to have a lot of fun, right? So from here, we have rear knee. It's that back leg. This one's a little bit easier to do than lead knee because now you can shift your body weight forward, bring this leg up, and boom, you step into it. This leg kind of has its own momentum. Feel it out from here in your stance, rear knee, boom. From the front so you can see it here, rear knee, boom, just like that. Again, rear knee, boom. Lead knee, rear knee, lead knee, rear knee, just like that. 1 lead knee, 2 rear knee. 1 lead knee, 2 rear knee. Notice how in order to actually throw these punches, you have to come back into neutral, come back into your fight stance. Otherwise, you get a little bit off balance and it gets hard to throw that next punch in. But I promise you, as you do this, it's gonna feel more and more natural. So we've talked bases on the knees. Let's get into the kicks. So for kicks, there's 2 ways to do this. I don't know if this is the legit way or not. I just kind of made this up from like when I actually practiced Muay Thai. But basically, when you do a kick in general, picture yourself going through the target. So if my target is right here, I'm not gonna throw the kick and stop and come back. I need to go through it. So I'm gonna step here, come up, boom, go through my target, and then come back. So the first way to do it is exactly like that. Lead kick. You're going to step in or shift your weight back, pick up that leg, and from here, throw the kick, land, come back here, protect yourself, step into neutral. Actually, I wanna make sure you have this too. That back leg, you can kind of step here like this, so you shift your body weight here to pick up the front leg, and now from here, protecting your face still, throw the kick, boom, touch base, land, return to neutral. It's really hard to break this down and show you like step by step because I'm not a real fighter. I'm just trying to show you guys how to have fun with this and how to have a better cardio session at home. So from here, we're gonna step in. This is what I like to do. Lift that front leg, pick it up, boom, land, come back to neutral. That's the first way to do a kick. The second way to do the kick, with that same lead leg, you're gonna go all the way around. So from here, step in, kick, come to your stance. One more time. From here, I'm going to step in, lift that leg, kick, come back, land in the stance. So it's gonna make more sense for you if you wanna try the second way to just go full momentum. Pick up, lift with your body weight, kick, come here and land. If you try to catch it yourself in between to do that rotation, it's not gonna feel good. So try that. But moving on, we have our rear kick. From here, you don't have to do that little step to cross over, and I probably should have taught you this one first, but rear kick, that back leg, you're gonna come up from here, pivot, boom, and land back. Be careful, watch for your space. I have a pretty tight corner here, so I'm trying to be mindful of not kicking that thing. But from here, you're gonna come up, boom, come in, land. So that was both ways. So again, the first way, where you stop halfway, kick, come back, rear kick, boom, come back, full 360, rear kick, boom, and land. Again, boom, and land. So in your kicks, no matter how you do them, I'll never ask you to do a full 360 or to go halfway. I'm gonna leave that completely up to you. All you're gonna hear is rear kick. So in your stance, 1, rear kick, 1, rear kick, we're back. 2, lead kick, 2, do the step, boom, lead kick, we're back. So see how one way we did the full 360 and the other one we didn't? Totally up to you, your preference, your call, whatever is available for you to perform, that's what you need to do. So now that we've reached the end of the tutorial, let's have a little fun with this, yeah? Let's take that fight stance. Give me a 1-1. 1-1. Easy, right? 1-2. 1-2. 2, lead knee. 2, lead knee. Again, 2, lead knee. Come back to that neutral stance. Step around, 1, rear kick. 1, rear kick. Come back. 1, lead kick. 1, come in. Boom, lead kick. We're back in that stance. Always back to neutral. Get back here as fast as you can. 2, lead kick. 2, lead kick. 1, 2, 5, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6. You remembered that, right? From the front again. 1, 2, 5, 6. Woohoo! Walk around, have fun with it. 2, rear knee. 2, come back. Boom, rear knee. 2, lead knee. 2, lead knee. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 2. Woohoo! 1, 2, 3, rear kick. 1, 2, 3. Boom! Come back. Again. 1, 2, 3. Boom! And back. 1, 2, lead kick. 1, 2, lead kick. Again. 1, 2, lead kick. Woo! All right, so that's a taste of shadow boxing, shadow kickboxing. You can expect some workouts to be completely striking where all you're doing is the punches, but most of them are going to include resistance training. So you may see push-ups, you may see squats, you may see lunge punches, or you might even see burpees. But that is the end of the tutorial. I hope this helps you. And I know it's a tutorial, it's not a full workout video. Hopefully it gives you a better taste of what to expect. And if you need to, feel free to go back into the video, watch my form, watch how I do the punches, watch how I call everything out, because it's going to help you tie in everything that much more. Of course, there's going to be a lot more intricacies as we actually do the workout videos together, and I'm gonna break down some of them as fast as I can within the video, so that way it's not a full tutorial for you. But yeah, that is it. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my tutorial with you. Hey, if you made it to the end of this video and you enjoyed it, and if you feel like it helps you and you haven't already, smash that like button for me, hit subscribe, turn notifications on. We are getting this 7-day challenge started tomorrow. I'll see you then. I'm Jeremy. Peace.